Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am your science teacher. Today we will take a start with chapter number 1, classification of living things. Dear students, you know, in this world the living things, they are present, and first of all, before going into the main topic, we will discuss what living things are. Living things are the bodies which are made up of cells and have the ability to breathe, grow and reproduce. Now, what are living things? These are the bodies which are made up of cells and they have the ability to take, breathe, to grow and to reproduce. Now, what here the word reproduce means? Reproduce means produce their own kinds, means they increase their population by interacting with each other. Now, these living things, they need energy to live in this universe. Now, from where did they get their energy? They get their energy from non-living environment. Now, what type of resources are present in non-living environment? That is, the living things depend upon food, water, light, air, soil and temperature, etc. to live in its non-living environment. Okay students, we studied about what are living things. Now, who are the ones who classify about living things? Scientists who discover and study about living things are known as biologists. Now, biologists are the one who study and discover about living things. They study about their life, they study about their food and their shelter and their temperature where they can live and their suitable environment. Now, these biologists, they classify organisms into groups and subgroups. So, what is classification? Classification is the division of living things into groups and subgroups is known as classification. So, why it is the need of dividing the living things into groups and subgroups? This is because then it is easy to study them. Now students, there are almost more than 1 million kinds of animals in this world and 3,50,000 kinds of plants. Now it is not the numbering, it is means kind. So imagine that how unlimited animals and plants exist in this world. These are only the kinds. So it's not easy. So it's not easy to study about them. That is why scientists classify them into groups and subgroups, so it is easy to study them. Okay students, we studied about that there are more than 1 million kinds of animals and more than 3,50,000 kinds of plants in this world. Now, scientists or biologists place them in different 5 kingdoms. Now, first of all, these 5 major kingdoms, they were proposed by, first of all, these major 5 kingdoms were proposed by Robert Whittaker, an American scientist in 1969. Robert Whittaker placed different organisms in this world, starting from the very simplest and smallest to the largest and complex in order. So what are those 5 kingdoms? That are Monera, which includes the most simplest and smallest organism known as bacteria. Then comes with kingdom Protista, which includes organisms like amoeba, paramecium, euglena and algae. Then comes with fungi, which includes organisms like lichens. Then comes the second major kingdom, that is Plantae, which are basically plants, which includes the examples like mosses, ferns, seed-bearing plants. Then the last and the most complex and the largest kingdom known as Animalia, which includes animals, and those animals further include invertebrates and vertebrates. Dear students, we will discuss all these examples in detail, but before going into detail, we will discuss some other type of particle known as viruses. Okay students, we discussed about classification of living things and we divided the living things into 5 kingdoms. But there are some particles which are neither included in any of the kingdom. They are different, so that is why they are not placed in any of the 5 kingdoms. That is why they are known as unique particles. Okay, what are viruses? Viruses is why the word virus is derived from a Latin word venom, which means poisonous fluid. Now, as the name indicates, poisonous fluid means it is dangerous for both plants and animals when these viruses attack them. Now, what are basically viruses? They are small unique particles which consist both the characteristics, means properties of living and non-living things. Now, why they are unique? Unique they are in a sense because they have both the properties of living and non-living things. That is why they are known as unique particles. Now, first of all, we will discuss that how they are living, and then we will discuss how they are non-living. How they are living? They are living when enter into the host cell. That is, the host cell can be a living body. Now, the living body can be animal or plants. So, means when these viruses enter into any of the living body, they damage or destroy them. So, that is why they are living in any of the host cell. When they enter into the host cell, they multiply inside living cells and uses its energy. They multiply and make hundreds of copies. So once they enter into the living cell, they multiply over there, they uses the energy of their cell, and then they make hundreds of copies. So at the end, then they destroys or they damage the healthy cell, that can be the cell of plant or animal. Now we will discuss that how they are non-living. These were the characteristics of when they are living. How viruses are non-living or how they are non-living. Now the viruses, they are non-living outside the living host cell, means when they are not able to enter the host cell and they remain outside, then they are non-living. Now how they are non-living outside the living cell? They remain in the form of crystal and so cannot reproduce and multiply. So means when they are outside the living host cell, outside the cell of plants and animals, they remain in the form of crystal. They remain in the form of crystal and they cannot reproduce and they are not able to multiply because they do not have a living cell. They cannot use energy or cannot take food from any of the living cell. So that is why they are in the form of crystal and so cannot reproduce and multiply. Now students, there are different kinds of diseases which are caused by viruses in plants and animals. Some of the common diseases which you may have heard that are caused in humans by viruses is, the most common is polio and influenza.